So I'm trying to bribe my assistants. I don't know if you can see, Nico has already found the treat stash. They insisted I paid them in catnip and treats. They weren't gonna work for free today, right? Oh my gosh, you were such a little sneak. Oh my goodness, come on, Milo. All right, so I'm just gonna give it one more moment as I see people joining in. Welcome. I wish I could see your faces too. If you have questions, feel free to type in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get started in just a moment. Hi, I'm excited too. Uh-oh. Yeah, the yoga mats are not safe with these cats roaming. I have to put mine away. Yes, the class is recorded. So, and yes, it is only me on video. I wish I could see all of you, but it's a webinar style. So, okay, let's do it. What am I getting into over there? All right. So, very good to see everybody joining in. My name is Erin Grossman. I'm here in Los Angeles, and I have Milo and Nico joining with me. Nico is hiding in the basket, which I'm going to try to coerce him out of. This will be an all levels flow for about an hour. I am so appreciative to Base Pause for having me back again. They are having their biggest sale of the year. So if anybody is interested in getting any of the DNA kits, you can go to the website or type in questions, and hopefully the host can answer anything regarding that. As always, in a yoga practice, listen to your body, modify, adjust, do what you can. This is to have fun, to be with the kiddies, and to just move and breathe together. So with that being said, also because of the Zoom format, they're really enjoying the catnip over there. I won't be playing music, but if you have a phone or something that you want to play some music on your own, go for that as well. All right, so we're going to get started. That's okay, come here. Come here, buddy. All right, so here's Nico. He's in the basket because there's lots of catnip in here. Okay, so that being said, we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You can sit up on a chair. You can sit on a block if you have one, on a blanket. And we're going to close the eyes. Take a moment to just breathe. Take a deep inhale all the way to the top. Open the mouth, clear it out. And again, deep inhale. And take a full exhale. And one more deep breath in. And sigh it out. Good. Join the palms together in front of the heart. Take a moment to set any intention for your practice. It was the full moon last night, so it's a good time to clear and cleanse, let go of anything energetically that you're carrying that you don't need. Take one more deep breath, lift the heart, and bow the head. Release the palms and allow the eyes to open. My plan has backfired because all the toys are in the basket, so now he's just hanging out in there. Okay, so we're gonna start in a tabletop position. Come on up. And take a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, look up and lengthen the front body. And then exhale, press and round. And again, inhale, arch, lift the heart, lift the sit bones. And fully exhale, look down, round the back. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lengthen the front body. And exhale, press and round. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale, press and round. And then let's go downward facing dog. So you want your index fingers pointing straight ahead. As you lift the hips, bend the knees so that the sitting bones can reach up and back. And hug the outer arms in, let the head drop. And feel free to just straighten one leg and bend the other. And then switch. Good, straightening the arms, wrapping the inner arm forward one more time each side, just bending one knee, pressing through that extended leg. You can always do this on hands and knees instead, if it bothers your wrists or shoulders. And then find stillness. So it might mean that the knees are bent. It might mean that both legs are straight, but lift up and back through the sit bones. Take another deep breath. And a full exhale, sigh it out. And then inhale, shift forward to plank. The modification would be your knees can come down. Otherwise, keep the thighs lifted. The tendency is for the hips to drop. So lift the core, lift the thighs. Hi, Blakey. Hi. And then knees up or down, shift to the tiptoes. Bend your elbows, lower chaturanga. And then come all the way down to the ground. I'm going to move this for a moment so you can see. Point the toes for cobra. And then lift the heart, open the chest. And lower down. Hi, buddy. And again, inhale, lift the heart, shoulders back. Oh. And lower down. And one more time. Here. Lift the chest, cobra. And lower all the way down. Coming over looking for their treats. All right, let's go back to downward facing dog. And then inhale, extend the right leg up and back. Open up the hip, bend the knees. So you're kicking your foot towards the opposite sit bone. Hey, you guys are hired to do yoga. Excuse me. Straighten the legs, square the hips. Pull the knee towards the nose and round. And then inhale, stretch it back, three-legged dog. And step your right foot forward. Lower the left knee to the ground. You can pad the knee if you need to. Hands can walk up to the thigh. Or you can reach your arms up towards the sky. Okay. All right. Let's take one more breath here. Getting into that left hip flexor. What'd you find in there, Milo? All right, release your left hand, tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee, and then reach your right arm up towards the sky. If you have a teaser, you can try to get your cat's attention. My guys have been a little less interested since they're getting a little bigger, so I had to really coerce them. All right, one more deep breath. And then release the hands down to the ground or blocks. If you have blocks or maybe even a piece of furniture, it might be helpful to straighten both legs. So if you have tighter hamstrings, maybe you prop up onto something. You can use a coffee table or the back of a chair. And then lengthen the spine, take an inhale. And exhale, fold down the legs. I think I brought too many catnip toys out. Oh, uh-oh. Don't get into a fight. There's plenty to go around, guys. Take one more breath here in your hamstring stretch. Here, buddy. And then we're going to come up to warrior two. So bend your front knee, spin the back heel down, and your back toes will point towards the long end of the mat or a little in. And then sink into that front thigh. Lift your heart. Come here. And reach your arms out wide. So really stretch If it's too much to stay in the bend, you can straighten and then rebend the knee. And your knee stays tracked right over your ankle and it points straight ahead. If you'd like, inhale, reach the arms up, straight legs. And with the breath, exhale, open back to your warrior two. They're very interested in the catnip, nothing else. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, rebend. You guys are fired. And one more time, inhale up. Exhale, rebend. And then tip it back, reverse warrior, right arm to the sky. Take your forearm to the thigh. Reach the top arm up and overhead. And then turn the ribs. And once again, you want your knee to be above the ankle. If you want to go deeper, your hand can come down to the ground or block. Turn the ribs and lengthen through your side body. One more breath. Good, release the hands down to the ground. Move the blocks off to the side, and then inhale, step to plank position. Feel free to lower the knees, shift forward, lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Hi. Up dog or cobra, shoulders back. And downward facing dog as you exhale. I've created chaos over here on my mat. All right, lift the left leg on an inhale. Open the hip, bend the knee, stretch it out. Breathe. And then straighten the legs, steer the hips to square, pull the knee towards the nose for the exhale. Three-legged dog, stretch. And step your left foot forward. Good, lower the back knee. Oh, how'd you get that under there? So you could stay right here. Come here. Or you could reach your arms up. And just sink into the lunge. This is Nico. Good job. Good job. You could reach up. One more breath. Whoa. All right, and then take the hands down. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and twist the left arm to the sky. Turn the ribs, maybe grab your teaser toy if you have one. See if your cats want to join. Excuse me. Come on. Not interested? One more breath. And then release the hands down to the ground or blocks. Straighten both legs. Come here. And then fold down your front thigh. Good, so getting into the hamstring. If you don't feel it, it might mean that your back is rounding. So it'd be better to bend your knee a little bit and try to reach the sit bones back and the heart forward. And then exhale to fold deeper. Feel like you could press your right heel back and your left foot forward. Let the neck elongate and the jaw soften. And take one more breath. Good, we'll bend the front knee and windmill up to warrior two, and I'll face you. We'll see if Milo wants to join in for a second. Come here, buddy. So warrior two with the left foot towards the top edge of your mat. The right toes can angle in slightly. You don't want to stay with me? Come on, bud. And then track your knee right over your ankle and firm the left hip under and the back thigh straight. Hi, Nico. If you like, arms are reaching out wide. If you want to add a little extra oomph, you pick up your cat, really add a little something. All right, bud? We got a 12 and a half pound baby here. Who turned 1 in May. All right, if you'd like, move dynamically with the breath. So inhale, reach up, straighten the legs. Exhale, open and bend. Your knee is right over the ankle. Twice more. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, open and bend. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, back to your warrior two. And then reverse your warrior. Tip it backwards, left arm to the sky. Yeah. And then take your left forearm to the thigh. Now he doesn't want to get down. You want to stay with me? Here, sit right here. Oops, sorry, Bubba. Or the left hand can come down to the ground or block. This was me trying to do Zoom yoga at home after I got them. My students were probably like, okay. All right, reach your top arm up. And if you like overhead, anytime the arm goes above the shoulder, the bicep, your inner arm wraps towards the cheeks. You could take the arm down, up and around. So you don't want it to impinge here. So wrap and extend. And then in opposition, push through your back foot. Use your left forearm or arm to nudge your knee open and then lean the chest back. So just turning of the ribs. I don't know if you can see them. They're out of the picture. They're playing. I'm gonna move this. This is funny. All right, last deep breath. There they are. They get into little fights after they've been playing with catnip. Okay, so circle the hands down to the ground. Step to plank pose. And then shift forward, optional chaturanga. Oh, guys, inhale, up dog. Nico, we're doing yoga. Keep your personal business to yourself. And then downward facing dog. Excuse me. All right, take a big breath in. And a full exhale out. On an inhale, lift to the tiptoes. Bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can soften the knees, especially if it's pulling on your low back. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. I'm out of the picture now. And let's take a side bend, standing upright. Side bend over to the right. I'll just mirror you. So left arm up and over. Wow, good job. Good job. And then switch. Take the right arm up and over, side bend to your left. Of course, you're standing. I'll have to adjust the picture again. Now he's interested in this peacock feather. They love these. Good, one more breath. All right, and then let's inhale the arms up. I'll switch my camera view again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Either step to plank or jump right into bent elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, over the toes, shoulders back, lift out of your shoulders, up dog. Hips back, downward dog. Good, right leg lifts with your inhale. Knee to the right tricep. You can always do this with your knee down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, stretch it back. Step your right foot forward, excuse me. Come here. And then come up to crescent pose, high lunge. Reach your arms up by the ears. Your front knee is bent 90 degrees. The back knee can bend a little bit to lift your frontal hip bones. Come here, Milo. And then extend up. And maybe tip it into a little back bend. You guys are like, no wonder you have a large cat if you give them food all the time. All right, last deep breath. Let's straighten the legs, spin the back heel down. We're gonna go into triangle pose this time. Come here, Nico. So right toes and knee point straight towards the top edge of the mat, arms out wide. Reach forward, and then land your hand either on your shin, or I like to use a block outside the shin. What happens is the chest drops and the right hip sticks out. So hug the right hip under, lean back, and then reach your top arm up. Come here. It's also 600 degrees in here because my air conditioning is very loud and I wanted you to be able to hear me. Oh, what do you find in there? Turn the ribs, stack the arms, stack the shoulders, reach the spine long out of the hips. One more breath. So we're gonna go into a balancing pose. You can always do this with a piece of furniture. So if you've got like a couch nearby or a wall behind you, you can take your hand to the ground or block just outside your pinky edge of the foot. The back toes, thank you, will point towards the wall to your left and the leg is hip height. Once again, just like triangle, turn your ribs, reach your left arm up and breathe. Good. Flex the foot, turn the chest. If you want to really play with the balance, your bottom hand holds onto a teaser. Come on. You got this one, don't you? Get it. Come here. If you'd like, you can take the back bend version, catching the back foot, kicking the shin bone back, and opening the chest up. Last breath. Good, extend the leg long, steer the hips to square, and then just step back to downward dog for this one. Pedal the feet, drop the head, and press the chest back. If you're really bendy, lift underneath your forearms and your front ribs. All right, adding on left leg lifts, or other side rather. Ooh, watch out for cat trees. Knee to the left tricep. Three-legged dog, stretch. Cross the knee to the right elbow, heart forward. Three-legged dog. And step your left foot forward. Come on up, crescent pose. Maybe add a little weight. Woo. High knees. Balancing kitty on thigh or in arms. You could put a little bend in your back knee. You might feel this in your hip flexor. You don't want to feel it in your low back. Is this your favorite? Reach up with both arms to extend. Maybe tip it into a back bend. This guy's only 11 pounds. Reach. Are you hiding? Are you hiding? One more breath. Come on, buddy. Woo. All right, straighten the legs. I'm gonna face you again. Woo. Left toes and knee point straight ahead. Hey, you're getting paid. You're getting paid. Just kidding, they're not. Okay, and then reach your arms out wide. Left toes and knee straight ahead. Take the left hand to the shin or use a block. Woo. All right, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Since I got these cats, I got really out of shape. It's hard to talk and do yoga. All right. So lean back, stack the shoulders. Come on. Engage your core, engage your legs. One more breath. All right, we're gonna go into half moon. So step up onto your left foot. The hand will go outside the pinky edge of the foot. The top leg will lift. And then balance and try to play with your cats. It's a juggling act. We gotta find out how to get cats into the yoga room, get them comfortable with people and other cats. That's my next plan. All right, so tighten the back thigh, breathe. Nico, he found his barnyard animal again. She loves that guy. Okay, so if you'd like, you'll take the back bend version. So you'll bend the top knee, catch the foot, kick back. They like to play this game where they push the toys under the couch and then they try to get them back out. Like, you pushed it under. I saw you. Creating work for yourself. One more breath. Right? Is that your game? All right, square the hips. Release the hands. And this time, step back to plank pose. And then side plank on your right hand, Vashisthasana. You can always lower your right knee down and stack your shoulders. That's the variation that I'll do. Can you see him reaching under? Oh my God, you're funny. Here's another one. Why don't you do this one instead? Make it really easy for yourself. Okay, and then release the left hand and go ahead and switch. So left hand down, I'll face you. You can stack the feet and reach your right arm up, or you can lower the knee. I don't know if my plan worked or not, I haven't decided. One more breath. Showing everybody your butt. Isn't that nice? All right, so let's find plank. And then take your vinyasa, chaturanga, into up dog, shoulders back, and downward dog. And then let's lift to the tiptoes. Bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Rise to stand. Palms to the heart. All right, let's try tree pose, a balancing pose. If you want, you have a block, you can step up onto the block. There you go. And then turn your right knee out, right thigh out, and reach your arms up. He's not interested in me anymore. Come here, baby. Maybe you're trying to entertain your cats. Maybe you're actually focused on balancing in your yoga practice. Get it. One more breath on this side. You guys are not in the picture. You gotta come a little closer. All right, and then let's switch. So standing on your right foot, open your left knee, or the other side if you already did that. And breathe. Palms can come to the heart, your arms can extend up. Your hips are staying straight ahead. And then just focus. Two more breaths. If you're in LA and you come to one of my classes, probably say it's not at all like this. Just for probably better. Unless you're enjoying this distraction. All right, so let's come to the top of the mat, Tadasana. Try to get my babies to join. You ready? We're doing some yoga. All right, so inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. Get in your chair. Get in your chair. Good job. Reach your arms up. Good job. Oh my goodness. He's been working on this one. All right, fold forward. Lengthen, inhale. Step or hop plank to chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. And downward dog, exhale. Okay, right leg lifts on an inhale. Step through warrior one this time. So ground the back heel. You don't want to be on a tightrope. Front foot point straight ahead, back toes angled towards the top left corner. And then steer your outer right hip back and reach your arms up. Sink the front thigh. Stand into the pinky edge of your back foot and maybe gaze up and seal the palms. Inhale. Let's open back up to warrior two as you exhale. Good. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle, very briefly, if you want to take a bind, you can half wrap, top arm behind the back. If you like the full bind, right arm behind you. And lean back. Is he in the picture? He's watching. Here he is. Good job. Good job. All right, so last breath in your bind if you have it. All right, straighten the legs, pivot the feet to face the long end of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Good job. You done with us, Milo? Let the head drop. If you have the space in your house and you want to straighten your arms, lean forward and take a little hop kick. You can find a little handstand hop. Watch out for cats and other items around your house. One more breath. All right, we're gonna turn back to the top of the mat, lower the left knee, and inhale, reach your arms up again. Good, this time for the twist, palms to the heart, hook your left elbow past the thigh. I'm gonna turn and face you. Press out of the bottom arm to rotate the ribs. If you'd like, as you extend the heart forward, you can lift the back knee. You want this stance to be wide enough so you don't feel like you're on a tightrope. That'll give you some stability so that you can actually lift and lean back. If you have a bind that you want to take here, you can. One more breath. Nico's like, is it time for Shavasana yet? Not yet, not yet. Okay, so release the hands down. Step either to plank or downward facing dog. If you want to take your vinyasa, you can. So vinyasa is typically chaturanga up dog, but it could be a cat-cow. And downward dog as you're ready. Okay. So let's inhale the left leg up and back. Step your left foot towards your left thumb, ground the back heel, and let's rise up, warrior one. Really sweating over here, you guys. Seal the pinky edge of the back foot, reach up and then steer your left ribs back. So warrior one, we're squaring off towards the top edge. And then sink into the front thigh without losing that inner arch of the back foot. Take a breath in. And we'll open up to warrior two. Sorry, I keep turning to face you. I hope it's not confusing. Knee over the ankle. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then just for that brief moment, we'll bind if you'd like. So you could start with the forearm on the thigh. Reach the right arm up. If you're taking the half bind, you'll turn your palm back, wrap it. Once you have the arm behind the back, you want to roll your shoulder head back so it's not caving in. If you're taking the full bind, your left arm will come under. You'll breathe. Use the bind to hug your left hip under and lean the chest back. Knee right over the ankle. And we breathe. Good. One more breath. I was totally off screen now. Inspired. All right, release. Actually, let's straighten the legs. Turn to the long end of the mat again. This time, if you want a shoulder open, I'll show you from the side. You'll interlace your hands, lift the chest. If you have a strap, that might be better. Come on, Milo. Uh-oh, he's into trouble over there. What were you doing in the kitchen? And then let the head go, let the fingertips lift. Come here, Milo. Deep inhale. Full exhale. If the backs of the legs are tight, you can micro bend the knees. One more. All right, so we're gonna pivot back around to the top of the mat. Your left foot will be forward. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana. Palms to the heart, adding the twist to the left. So your right elbow will hook outside the thigh. Oftentimes I see this kind of crunching into that bottom shoulder, laying on the thigh. What we're actually attempting to do is lengthen the sternum forward, push out of that bottom arm to actually rotate and lift the ribs. This will lead into some arm balances and things like that. It just will also help to wring out the spine as you lengthen. So if you like, reach the heart forward, lift the back knee, make sure the stance is wide enough so that when you lean back, it doesn't throw you off balance. Any takers? You can also be right here, working the twist upright with the knee down. One more breath. We'll start to wind down soon. All right, so release the hands, step back to plank, optional vinyasa or child's pose. Take about 3 to 5 breaths just to relax. Either in down dog or child's pose. Child's pose, the big toes are together, knees apart, and the forehead is on the ground. You can stretch the arms forward or back. Slow, smooth, steady breaths. One more. Milo found the catnip again. Come play with it over here, buddy. Come here. Okay. So when you're ready, let's go to downward facing dog. We're gonna find our way into a hip opener. So from down dog, here, buddy. Lift your right leg. Step your right foot forward towards your left wrist. Your right knee will go a little off to the right. Your outer left hip wraps down. And then if the hip is pretty tight, your front foot will be closer to your body. If it's okay, and you scoot your hips back and the shin bone gets more parallel and you can still steer your hips to square without any knee pain, cool. You could fold forward and take a block under your forehead, under your hip. If this hip opener does not work for you. So step 1, make sure the knee is a little to the right. Step 2, the outer left hip wraps down. If that doesn't work, you come onto your back and we'll take a thread the needle, which is a really great stretch if you've been working your glutes, if you've been sitting. So it's good for tightness in the hips from immobility or from working out. So right ankle to left knee, you'll thread through that space with your right arm, outside the left thigh, hold behind the thigh or on top of the shin, flex your right foot and pull in any amount. Again, you want to feel this in your right glute and hip. So we'll breathe here for a minute. Everybody hanging in? Where's your hip opener? Which one are you gonna do? Which one are you gonna do? Do you want thread the needle? Which one? Oh, I'm leaving these guys this weekend. I'm going to Chicago. I'm so sad. Come here, Nate. All right, 2 more breaths. Hi, Milo. Look at that face. Look at that face. I'm happy to go to Chicago, but I'm sad to leave them. All right. So from here, we're gonna press back to downward dog. If you have a flip dog practice and you would like to flip your dog, you'll lift your right leg up and back. I'm gonna scoot over. Take the right foot towards your left sit bone. Lean a little forward towards your left hand. Land your right toes. Push the hips and heart up. Wild thing. When you're ready, we'll meet back in downward dog. And then second side. So left leg lifts with your inhale. Step forward towards your right wrist. The knee will probably need to move over to the left. Your right toes can tuck to scoot the hips back, and then you'll point them down. If this is pulling on your knee at all, please adjust. If you need something under your hip, like let's say there's no way the hip is getting down, you might put a pillow or a block underneath you. Same thing with chest or forehead, okay? Or you're coming onto your backs. He's like, no. And you're taking your left ankle to your right thigh and thread the needle. If your head is coming up like mine, as if I'm looking at a screen that I can see people in, then just relax it down. If you need to put a pillow under your head, do so. Oh, that perked you up, didn't it? Milo's favorite are these freeze-dried chicken treats. Sounds like a healthy treat, but I don't really know. You love them. You want one too, buddy? Oh, uh-oh, it's gonna be a fight. Who gets the last one? Okay. Okay, you guys, breathe in your hip opener. I think this is what cat yoga is. They've come to my classes before. They just sit in the stroller and they tell me whose form looks really good. So they're kind of upset that they can't see your practice. They're like, you know, it's only good if we're assisting you if we can tell you like what people are doing wrong. So they're a little bit like above this webinar. Right? Yeah. It's like I thought it was here to help. There's no more. All right, one more breath, you guys. Whoa, okay. So, let's see how we're doing. Perfect. Okay, so if you flipped your dog on your first side, you will do the same. So you'll press back to downward dog. And lift that left leg, open the hip. So I kick towards the right sit bone, I lean a little forward into the right hand, tap the toes. You can even just sit, kind of feels nice on the outer hip, or you could push the hips and heart up, be mindful of your shoulder and wrist, and breathe. Wild thing. And then when you're ready, come back to your downward dog. We'll lift to the tiptoes, bend your knees. You can either jump to seated or maybe come up to fingertips or blocks and jump all the way through, okay? So now I'll turn and face you. We'll take the soles of the feet together, knees apart. You can hold on to the feet or ankles and then fold forward. He's looking for more treats. They used to go crazy for these teasers. I'm just kind of like lazy now. You're not interested? What happened? Take another deep breath. Okay, now we're gonna straighten the right leg, so I'm gonna mirror you from here on out. Flex the foot, your left knee opens like tree pose. This might be plenty. You might feel this in your hamstring. You have to lift the spine. You can reach up and fold forward. If you start to round the back, put a little bend in the knee, try to lengthen and drop your shoulders. If you shorten the back of the neck, drop the chin a little, move from the crown of the head. If you have a strap, you can put it around your foot. Hi, buddy. Now Milo's sticking his butt out. He must feel, they feel very comfortable with you guys. Good, one more breath. I'm curious how many cats are actively participating here. Really trying to make it happen. Okay, so your left knee will stay bent as is. You'll point your right knee up towards the ceiling. We're gonna twist to the right. Next, I'll bring my left knee and foot into the midline. If it's okay to step the right foot outside the thigh, do that. Take the right hand back, I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Left arm reaches up, hook the elbow. You're twisting to your right. Chest is broad. If this starts to happen and you're rounded, try to move your back body in, lift the chest up, and then turn. You could always hold on here like this instead of hooking. Some of you may have a wrap. So if you'd like, you snuggle your left shoulder deeper down the right thigh. You turn your palm and thread through that space. Your right arm will reach back, and then you'll twist with the vine. Breathe. Unwind back to center. Lift the legs. You can do this here. You can do this with forearms, or we'll just do a little core and hip flexor work. So inhale, extend the legs lower, Ardha Navasana. Exhale, lift, knees can bend or straighten. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Spread the toes. Exhale, lift. Excuse my feet, Milo. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, lower. Nico's watching from over there. Exhale, lift. Good. Bend the knees. Feet hip distance. Plant the palms. Fingertips forward, a little out. Lift the hips, reverse tabletop. Puff the chest. Reach the crown back if the chest is open. We don't want the chest to sink and then to drop the head and shorten the back of the neck. So open, lengthen, 1 more breath. And lower slowly. And then we'll take the second side for that forward fold, Janu Shirshasana. So extend the right foot forward. It would be your left leg forward. Right knee bends. You could stay upright like this. You could reach up and fold forward. Come here, Milo. Hi, buddy. You're doing a good job. If you're rounded in the spine, try to lengthen. We don't want to practice rounding. We're already going that way as we get older. B, the more that you lengthen and kind of stick the sitting bones back, the more you're going to lengthen your hamstring and actually get the hamstring stretch versus just opening the back body, which feels good, but then we're kind of hunched. So try to lift, try to lengthen. Spread the toes. Come here, Nico. Nico's been having some health issues, which caused him to have some anemia, and his nose usually looks really pale, but he's very happy after his class, and his nose looks very pink right now, doesn't it? You enjoyed that, Neeks? He's going into an early Shavasana. If anyone is ready for an early Shavasana too, he says you're more than welcome. So just wanted to relay that message. Yeah. Okay, so come on up. The right knee will stay bent. Your left knee will lift. You can move the right knee in to step the left foot out. Again, I'm mirroring you. And I'll turn a little bit to the side. So your left hand will come back. Try not to lift your left hip up. Ground it down. And then as the hip grounds, lift the chest. You can hold on to the thigh or reach the right arm up, hook the elbow. This back shoulder head turns. The ribs turn. Anytime we're forward bending, twisting, or back bending, we want to lengthen so that we're not compressing the discs, but rather finding space and then wringing out. If you bound, you'll take that arm deeper down the legs. You might have to press your thigh a little over to your right. Get the right arm deeper down, turn the palm back, thread it through. Left arm can come back and you'll bind. Excuse me, sorry. My apologies. You got to see my photo for a minute. One more breath. Unwind. And we'll do one more set of core. Lift the legs. You can go here or here. Inhale to lower Ardha Navasana with or without the forearms. Exhale, lift. Knees bent or straight. 3 more. Inhale, tighten the thighs. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more, lower. Exhale, lift. I might have added one, that's okay. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Straighten the legs. Reach up. Once again, you could be right here. This is called Dandasana, staff pose, or reach up, push through the inner ball of the foot, and fold. Maybe you've got a strap that you're using, okay? I'm going to be leading a teacher training here in LA with another colleague of mine, Sarah Blowers, at a studio called Red Diamond. So if anyone is interested in that, you can find me on Instagram at Erin Grossman Yoga. Of course, if you're local, it's for 3 months on the weekends. So if you have questions, again, this is a little different than this. All right. Let's come up and onto your backs. So we'll bend the knees, plant the feet hip distance, and then we'll come into a bridge pose. So for bridge, first, you'll tuck your outer shoulders under, then lift the hips, then give your shoulders another little tuck. Make sure your neck feels okay. So if you have a bun or something, just adjust. You could hold the outer edges of the mat and puff the chest. You could interlace the hands behind the back. Keep the toes pointing straight ahead, the feet hip distance, and then the sacrum lifting up. You can even hold onto the hips like this. Breathe. One more breath. Slowly lower down. Some of you may have a full wheel in your yoga practice. So if you'd like, you can flip the palms. Your hands, index fingers will be pointing towards your heels, towards your shoulders. Elbows want to splay out, hug them in. Step 1, you just lift the hips. Step 2, you press through the palms and you come to the crown of the head, plug the arm bones in, and step 3, you'll straighten the arms. It's a little hard to talk and breathe in the back bends. When you're ready, you'll slowly lower down. And then we'll breathe and take one more round. So if you have a block, you can put it on low, medium, or high for a supported bridge, right under the sacrum, which is the bony plate right behind the pelvis, just below the low back. So your hips will rest there, your shoulders will tuck, and you can pause here. There's also a leg lift, one or both for the inversion. You want your tailbone to be rolling forward, your chest to lift, and your feet to essentially stack over your knees so you can bend if you need to, or over your hips rather, sorry. If you're not on a block, you can take another active back bend or soles of the feet together, sorry buddy, and knees apart. I was getting in his way. There you go. We'll take one more breath here. And then hug the right knee into the chest. Extend your left leg long. Cross the right knee over to the left. Extend your right arm out to the right. And take an easy spinal twist. Your gaze can be up or turned, either way. Take one more breath. Come slowly back to center. We're starting to wind down. Extend your right leg out, bend your left knee in, cross the knee over. I kind of scoot my hips over to the left, bring the knee to the right. Let your left shoulder come down to the ground. Breathe. Slowly come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Take happy baby. You can hold on to the feet, ankles, or the tops of the shins. Maybe rock a little side to side or stay still. And then place the feet on the ground. Oh, Nico, you want to come get a treat? We're going to go into Shavasana. So extend the legs long. Good job. Come Shavasana. Come here. Let your feet splay open, your shoulders tuck under. Allow the eyes to close. And the breath to slowly just start to settle. So let's take one more deep inhale all the way to the top. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. And then just scan the body. Notice if there's any holding, any gripping, anything that you can let go of. Allow the bones to heavy. Let the skin soften. Allow the jaw to unhinge. Let the eyes move out of focus. And allow the middle tongue to melt back into the throat. Letting go. Final rest, Shavasana. Maybe the most important posture. Just rest for a couple minutes, and I'll guide you out when we're through. you'd like to stay in a longer Shavasana, typically it would be at least 3 more minutes, maybe 5 more minutes, even longer. So feel free to stay exactly as you are. Feel free to move into a seated meditation, even if you set your timer for 2 minutes. Otherwise, start to bring small movements to the fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists. Reach and stretch the arms up overhead. Make your way, bending the knees and roll onto your side. And then gently press to a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall. All right, close the eyes, take a moment to check in and notice how your body feels. Notice the breath and anything that came up or shifted. So it's part of the yoga practice. We stay present, we have a curiosity, and we practice with non-attachment, non-judgment. So we observe and just see what we notice. As you're ready, in gratitude, join the palms together. Take a deep inhale to lift the heart. And bow the head as you exhale, honoring the light in you and that same light in all of us. Thank you so much for joining for this class sponsored by Base Pause. My name is Erin Grossman. If you have any questions, namaste. Thank you.